25 laps the distance. ASCS Santan Ford Desert Sprint Car Series main event is underway. And Stevie Sussex will lead the field off of turn number 2 with the teammates battling for third. That's Dennis Galley inside of Josh Castro in the 4T. Josh Shipley in that second spot as Sussex will lead lap number 1. Sussex leads lap number 1, followed by Shipley, then Guile and Castro, your top 4. Dustin Burkout rounding out the top 5. As Bruce St. James just a little bit behind Sean Deskins now. Him and Ronald Webster making some contact for that 7th spot as Josh Shipley up into the wall in turn number 4. Josh Shipley up over the cushion into the wall. Looking for the green flag. At the cone, it's in the air. Sussex back on the loud pedal. We did get 2 laps in there, so it'll be 23 laps to go as Stevie Sussex trying to drive away from Dennis Guile off of turn number 2. Right now, everybody trying to find some real estate down the bottom side of the racetrack. Step back outside the top 10. Johnny Shelton trying to go top side of the racetrack to see if he can make up some spots right now as everybody catfishing on the bottom. Stevie Sussex and Dennis Guile will lead the field through turns 3 and 4. Sussex leads that lap and he's starting to pull away from Dennis Guile. 16.290 to a 16.271 or 721. Your top 2 drivers. So Stevie, the fastest car on the racetrack right now as they race off of turn number 4, just outside your top 5. Bruce St. James throwing a slider on Ronald Webster. He'll get by him for 6. So Stevie Sussex has built himself a pretty good lead here so far. 5 laps into this race, now 19 laps to go. But getting ready to come up to the backside, some lap traffic here shortly here at Arizona Speedway. See if Dennis can work his way up through the field. Right now, a driver working his way up through the field, battling for 5th right now. It is the radio flyer, Bruce St. James in the 7K. St. James dives underneath the 7 machine of Sean Deskins. He will get around him for 5th. So Bruce St. James using the bottom side, able to root these drivers out of that low lane and make some ground right now at Arizona Speedway. Deskins trying to fight back on the top side through 3 and 4. Can't quite do anything as Bruce St. James is driving away and starting to reel in the backside of the 34 AZ of Dustin Burkhart. Dustin Burkhart right now finds himself in 4th, about 3 car lengths behind the 4T of Josh Castro. Josh Castro still holding strong in that 3rd position, trying to reel in his teammate Dennis Guile, who is out by a full straightaway on 3rd place Josh Castro. As it's Sussex and Guile running through off of turn number 4. Stevie has a pretty substantial lead right now. Bruce St. James trying to work his way into the 4th spot, potentially a podium spot right now, as Castro, Burkhart, St. James all attack the bottom side of the racetrack. That's 3rd, 4th, and 5th. 6th place running Sean Deskin goes up top, can't do anything with him. Stevie Sussex and Dennis Guile have already put 1 car a lap down as Bruce St. James gave a little shot to the backside of the 34 AZ of Burkhart, kind of slowed up his momentum off of turn number 4. And right now, Stevie Sussex buried in the thick of lap cars. He goes 3 wide with Rick Schumann and AJ Hernandez. Put those drivers a lap down right now. All the lap cars giving Stevie the bottom side of the racetrack. So he gets past the number 3 machine of Pete Yurkovich. Now there's 4 lap cars in between himself and Dennis Guile, as Guile now pulls into the tail tank of Rick Schumann and AJ Hernandez. Caught him though in the wrong spot going into turn number 1. Still can't clear him off of turn number 2. The battle 3rd on back has kind of chilled out just a little bit with Josh Castro in that 3rd spot. Sean Deskins, though, trying to come right back on the outside, get around Bruce St. James for that 5th position. That yellow number 7 machine goes into turn number 1 here as we will see the cross flags displayed for Stevie Sussex. 12 laps to go in tonight's 25-lap main event. He's down the inside of Aaron Jones in the 22, down the back straightaway. He'll put Jones a lap down, headed into turn number 3 with some clear racetrack ahead of him until he gets to the backside of Jonas Reynolds in the 0 car. Track is fast here tonight at Arizona Speedway. And these drivers just on the edge of their seat. That last lap, 16.048 for Stevie Sussex to the 16.214 to Dennis Guile. So Dennis Guile finally a 10th quicker than Stevie Sussex that lap, but right now a full straightaway behind your race leaders. Dennis Guile still stuck behind Pete Yurkovich in the number 3. Trying to work his way down as Jonas Reynolds almost stalled. Actually did. That's going to throw out the yellow flag. Green flag back in the air. We're underway. And once again, your race leaders dart down to the inside of the racetrack. Burkhart gave Castro a little run for his money for 3rd, but Josh Castro with a good drive off at turn number 2 drives away from him. It's going to be Stevie Sussex followed by Dennis Guile, Castro, Burkhart, St. James. Tyler Moe's going to give the top side of the racetrack a little look. Right now being scored back in the 9th position, trying to work his way around the 17 of Joe Shepner as Dennis Guile starts to reel in the backside of the 12 of Stevie Sussex. Dennis Guile was able to catch up to Stevie that time of turn number 4. As they race through 3 and 4 once again, it will be 7 laps to go at the line. Stevie left the bottom open. Dennis Guile takes it away from Sussex. Now Stevie going to fight right back on the inside of Dennis Guile. They're going to drag race off at turn number 2. Give it to Dennis Guile now. He slams the door on Stevie, who goes top shelf once again through 3 and 4. So for some reason, Stevie Sussex gave up the bottom side of the racetrack, and Dennis Guile, he took it. And it's Dennis Guile now pulling away from the 12 machine of Stevie Sussex. Stevie, though, once again, going to go back up to the top side of the track through 3 and 4. 5 laps to go for Stevie Sussex. And Dennis Giles, Ronald Webster slow down the back straightaway, entering turn number 3. We'll see if Webster can get off the racetrack. That car very slow on the inside of the track. Off of turn number 4. And there's a lap car, Philip Daney, right ahead of Dennis Guile. Could this be what Stevie needed? Now Dennis caught him on the front stretch going to turn 1. And Stevie goes way up on the racetrack, almost spun around. Castro takes over second. Stevie can't keep the car on the bottom side of the track like he was able to the first 15 laps. Now here comes Castro. His inside. They're side by side for second. Castro to the inside of Stevie Sussex, still side by side for that position with 3 laps to go. Now give the spot to Castro off of turn number 2 as Guile drives away. Off of turn number 4 comes the number 13 machine of Dennis Guile. 2 laps to go for the number 13 of Guile. His teammate Josh Castro moves into the 2nd position, followed by Stevie Sussex in 3rd, 4th Dustin Burkhart, 5th is Bruce St. James, and Joe Shepner is 6th. White flag in the air this time for Dennis Guile, number 13. Has to hang on to it off of turn number 2. Does the number 13 of Dennis Guile through turns 3 and 4. One final time with some slow cars ahead. It will be Dennis Guile winning tonight's main event over Josh Castro, Stevie Sussex, Justin Burkhart, Bruce St. James, your top 5. Dennis Guile wins the main event here at Arizona Speedway tonight. He'll park at Santan Ford Victory Lane. Well, Dennis, congratulations. I know you're trying to keep up. Your son's racing right now as well. He's trying to bring home a W. You got it done here tonight, man. Let's get a hug from your teammate, Josh Castro. All right, I got to know what was going through your mind. Obviously, those first 15 laps, Stevie checked out on you. You're having a hard time getting through lap traffic. Then you guys get back into it. For some reason, Stevie went off the bottom side of the racetrack, and he just left it wide open for you.
Yeah, he had us covered pretty good there in the beginning of the race. I don't know if his motor started laying down or he just kept driving the same line and it kind of got slicked. And I seen some moisture on the bottom. I said my only chance is going to try to dive bomb here on the bottom. And I mean, this Bobby Markham motor is fast. And this is probably my last race, so thanks.
Well, Dennis going out on top here tonight. So we'll catch a word with Josh Castro. Teaming up here tonight with Dennis Guile. Man, that 4T was booking and cooking.
Hey, I just got to say, I'm so happy for Dennis. He's one of my best friends. Wow, this 4T, it's my first night with this new car and this new package, and I couldn't be more happier. I got to thank Gene Guile, Ralph Cherzik, my brother, my entire family for coming and backing me. They're all here. My daughter, this one's for you, Braden. I lost one of my best friends 2 weeks ago, and I know he was watching down. He's smiling, proud of me right now.
All right, Josh Castro comes home in second as Stevie comes home in third. And Stevie, what happened out there? You had him covered the first half of the race, man. Was your motor laying out?
Yeah, I just lost the motor. It just started missing really bad. I felt it towards it right before that yellow flag, and that was the last thing I wanted to see. And I knew it just wasn't going to stay alive the rest of the race, so I had to change my line just to try to keep my tires spinning. But I mean, we had a really good race car, and Jonah prepared us a really good racetrack. Dennis did a good job, though. Can't take anything away from them guys. He was fast. Josh was fast. But I'd just like to thank my crew. We've been good all year, and sometimes just trouble bites.
Yeah, trouble hits you. You'll be back out for the Western World, I'm sure, running the 410. Then, of course, out here next month, finishing out the season for the ASCS Santan Ford Desert Sprint Car Series and the Copper Classic.
Yeah, that's the plan. So thanks for all the fans for coming out, and it was cool to see all the kids dressed up and even a couple adults. So hope everyone had a good time.